Well, hello everyone and welcome back to another video of the F1 2021 Driver Crimo with McLaren, episode number 58 today for the Belgian Grand Prix of season 4, round number 10. If you missed the previous pain at Hungary, then I recommend you can of course go and check that out, and of course subscribe to the channel and you see plenty more F1 2021 Driver Crimo videos. But yes, we finally hopefully tried to reach the end of our painful run of Britain, Hungary. Belgium is sort of the final one at that because of Puon being, the AI go supersonic speeds through that corner. But looking at R&D, this ultimate brake upgrade, it's pretty much the last one. You notice Alfa Romeo on that little chart there. Where have they come from? The third best Sashi. This is what I miss from F1 2020. Is that it used to tell you even what the performance of each team was, but now you can only know that if you go into upgrade a part, which once you've upgraded everything you don't know. So we're going to replace our gearbox there. The previous one was a little bit worn, so I am a little bit thankful there that we have replaced our gearbox now. We'll have a fresh one for the next 6 races. And then I think we'll have a fresh one at Abu Dhabi, by the looks of it. So that's going to be interesting. AlphaTauri continue their charge in terms of R&D up the field. We've not brought anything, but we are going to have big upgrades for Italy as well. Ferrari, I suspect that at some point they're going to start banging in ultimate upgrades again, like they did at the end of last season. Mercedes, Williams, Alpine, there's a little upgrade. There's a big upgrade for Aston Martin and AlphaTauri. Sorry, Alfa Romeo, excuse me, which leaves Haas as the only team that can't afford an upgrade because this is 2021, so their car is still very much a bit of cardboard as opposed to the car that managed to get 5th place yesterday. Obviously we need to get the fun out of this McLaren because if 2022 regulations are going by, then this will be turned into the bit of cardboard. Into qualifying then, away from real life, into our Crimo. Second flying lap was interrupted by AlphaTauri, who was not on an outlap. Didn't get out of the way, so that just ruined that second lap. We do go again at the end of this session with P12. Not great, to be honest, but that's what happens when the AI do 5,000 miles an hour through Puon when I'm doing a miserable 160 miles an hour. Better traction out of turn 1. I never really know what is the best line to take through turn 1, because you can try and do that slowing, but it's not ultimate. I don't think there is an ultimate line that gets you time every single time. You just got to find which gives you the most grip at that particular moment in time. Through into the middle sector, then down the hill, this corner. Try not to do what I did there and get a bit on the curb. We'll do game time there. That curb on the right hand side is fine. Up to Puon then. This is the worst corner. Yeah, you can't take the curb on the inside because it's an auto spin curb, and if you don't get that right, which is literally like trying to re-enter the Earth's atmosphere, which has been described as aiming for a target at a thin piece of paper, then you're going to be going either you're going to have a spinala or you're going to be going wide into Narnia. Final sector. I think the AI have great traction out that penultimate corner at the back of the back straight, as well. And there's also understeer through the second part of the bus stop, which is horrific as well. Up to the line, and it's only enough for a pathetic P12. On the plus side, though, Gasly is on pole, Verstappen is only P5, so Verstappen is the man we are looking for. Yes, we've been outqualified by Lando Norris, but Lando is in an uncompetitive Mercedes car, which is even more uncompetitive than it is in real life as well. So we'll see what we can do. Time for the race.
Welcome along then to the Belgian Grand Prix, the race that gave us the maiden victory for the Jordan team in 1998. And in the same team, the phenomenal debut of a young Michael Schumacher. There's always something special around one of the many corners of this fan-favourite circuit. Spa-Francorchamps today, a circuit that spans 4.35 miles. There are tons of elevation changes along the way too. 19 corners making up this circuit, with 9 of those to the right and the remaining 10 to the left. This track is a great one for fans of pure speed. The average lap speed comes close to a whopping 145 miles an hour. Anthony Davidson joins me once again in the commentary box, and it's fantastic to have you with us here today. But I'm curious, as a man with experience out on the track, how do you stop those pre-race nerves from becoming overwhelming when you're lining up on the grid?
But from the moment qualifying's over, you start to feel the adrenaline in your body build up and the buzz in your stomach as you anticipate the run down into turn 1. It's all a bit like going into battle, and the unknown situation makes you nervous. Those pre-race nerves are a good thing. The day you don't have them means that you don't care anymore. And of course you have to make sure that all the procedures are second nature to you, so that they're not taking up too much of your capacity.
Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Pierre Gasly lines up on pole position, and P2 goes to Daniel Ricciardo, a strong showing from the Australian. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Stroll, Verstappen, Charles Leclerc and Sainz, Fernando Alonso, Ocon, Norris and Lewis Hamilton, and McLaren, Russell, Antonio Giovinazzi and Tsunoda. They'll be starting further back after an earlier grid penalty. Perez, Vettel, and Guan Yu Zhou and Nicholas Latifi, Mick Schumacher and Nikita Mazepin. That's it then, it's time to go racing as we head to trackside for today's race.
Now that we've got some points on the board, let's continue this form and aim for another top 10 finish.
I think we can get a top 10 finish easily. Race strategy, you know me, it's medium to softs because we're outside the top 10 as well. We've got a chance to pit even earlier as well if the mediums are terrible, which they usually are. So 5 red lights then to the Belgian Grand Prix. Lights out and away we go, and it's actually a good start on the mediums for once. I haven't had a great, mediums aren't a great start as we saw in real life, as Ocon decides to give me no room there on the inside. He just decided to squeeze me into the apex and didn't really see me come alongside him there. Although they have changed the rules anyway in real life, but we do squeeze through. We're going to have a look at Sainz down the inside. No, Sainz keeps the traction. Try and move to the outside then and try and take a wider line to get the better traction out of this corner. And the AI is sort of, we're going to try and go all the way around the outside of Sainz, down the hill, but unable to get past. Unfortunately that's an overtake that I have made on this game as we're watching Sergio Perez. I mean, it's about time he and his teammates Vettel retired as he's had a spinala and spins out of the shot there. Jumping to lap 4, it's a miserable race to be honest. They're not really catching Alonso and Sainz, but they're not really getting away either. We can't catch the top 4. They're in a league of their own. So we're going to come in a lap earlier for a set of soft tyres. 2.5 seconds, that's what we like to see. None of this over 3 second rubbish that you sometimes get with pit stops. Out the pits we come then in P20 as the only man doing the one stop from medium to soft. As well, I expect some people probably pit late onto hards. We're caught up now to Perez and Mazepin. As well as Alonso's there in the pits. This undercut structure, this decision to pit early, we're going to dive on the inside of Perez into turn 1. Thank you very much. And Perez has been relegated back to last place after his spinala. As we're going to have all over the back of Mazepin, side by side through Eau Rouge, up Radion. Thank you very much. And up to P18. Can we get Alonso? We've got DRS. As well. Alonso goes to the inside. Oh, there's contact. There's contact between Alonso and myself. He tried to squeeze me, I think, but it was too late. I was already alongside. So here's the first of the 3 overtakes. And on Perez, that was an easy overtake with DRS. Thank you very much. An ERS slipstream. Then we come down the hill to go up it again through Eau Rouge. Get Mazepin. He doesn't have the performance to be able to keep it side by side with me anyway, considering the fact he's riding a bit of cardboard. And then this is the interesting one with Alonso. He doesn't look too menacing off board. But on board with him, we'll go on board with Alonso. He moved far too late there for me. He moved across too late. I was already alongside at that point. But anyway, enough about Alonso. I mean, there's no damage, thankfully. So we're just going to soldier on. And it's better for us because we've actually managed to undercut Sainz as well. So, yes, up at the front, Pierre Gasly, crucially still leads from Lance Stroll. Daniel Ricciardo is 3rd, and Max Verstappen is 4th. You remember he started 4th, unfortunately, because Tsunoda had his penalty. I expect Tsunoda would have been up there, because Tsunoda's not too far behind in 8th place as well. So, AlphaTauri's showing some good pace. We've jumped to the final lap though. I've had a huge problem with Poo on. Sainz is going to try and capitalise here. There's a little bit of contact there. As we bang tyres, we cut across Sainz. They're able for now to retain P6, but there's the doubt. We also banged tyres on the rear on that replay there, and then we just swooped around the outside as Sainz went wide. Got up a little bit of a tyre on the gravel there, which is why Sweeps lost a bit of the rear end through that thing. As Pierre Gasly wins his first Grand Prix of the season. It might be his first this career mode. Don't quote me on that. It's first in a long time if it has. Cross the line for us though. P6. Has it been another round of damage limitation? Yes, it has, because we haven't been able to compete with the top 4 today. They were just in another league, and with our teammate Gasly, the 2 Red Bulls, we need to be able to. Our best lap was 6/10 off in the end. We need to get back on competing on those terms. The Ferraris, I'm sure, will come back at some point, but there might be a regulation change as well. No points for Lando again. Not great start to his Mercedes career. Perez actually retired in the end. I'm not entirely sure what happened to him, because I did have a quick look at Perez on the replay, and he did just cross. As far as I'm aware, he didn't retire in any unusual way. In terms of the Drivers' Championship, 38 points it is to Verstappen. Now, he leaked 4 points, so it could have been worse, but now we've got some good tracks. So we need the likes of AlphaTauri, Ricciardo, and even Stroll to get in the way of Verstappen as well. Constructors is 9 points, so it's very much game on in terms of the Constructors' Championship as well.
Great work out there today. Let's have your thoughts. Did you struggle to get through all that traffic today?
Well, we got drive bombed and out of the Terce corner, most of it, and the strategy was good as well for me.
How do you feel about this team's performance this season?
Mercedes, they didn't do anything in the regulations, so it's their own fault.
Well, here's hoping they're working hard to find some improvements.
Yes, then they'll hopefully be coming in the next episode, where we'll be purchasing the finer Sashi upgrade as well, which have got quite a bit of a reduction on it as well. So that will be coming next week. I don't know if there's going to be. There might be 3 episodes next week. I know I've been travelling on at 1 episode. There definitely will be 2 episodes next week. There might be a third. I don't quote me on that. I might just limit it to 2, depending on what's happening as well. So yes, a little bit annoying, but we've finally got this horrible streak where 8th, 6th, and 6th. Not great for us. The only saving grace for us is that Verstappen in this period of time only won at Hungary. We need to get past Norris as soon as possible. That's we need. He's he hasn't scored in the past 2 races, and yet we still haven't been able to do that. We've got Stroll right behind us now. He's been pretty consistent as well lately. Yet to win a Grand Prix though, as well. Gasly, AlphaTauri starting to show their hand as well. A little bit too far back, and I'm going to probably eat my own words unless they go on a dominant 1-2 streak. Ricciardo as well, he's also too far back to be playing an influence. But those 3 can help us out by getting in the way between myself and Verstappen. Hopefully they don't get in my way. I feel Monza is probably, if we're going to take a poll, it's probably the best track. It's probably the best track that we can do it. The only problem with Monza is Ascari and Turn 1. That's the only leak time TAI there. But if we can make it up everywhere else, then we might be good. But we'll have to wait and see about that. Singapore, Mexico and Brazil, those tracks as well, I know we can make up points. Saudi Arabia and Abu Dhabi, we'll have to wait and see. I don't know what's going to happen with those 2 tracks, whether we'll be poor and might lose the championship. So we need to get pretty much 4 victories in a row now to ensure that we can round this championship off in style. So yes, if you have enjoyed this video, leave a like, subscribe channel, and you see plenty more F1 2021 driver career mode videos as and when they come out. Until the next video then, I'll see you next time. Take care, thanks so much for watching, enjoy your day, and goodbye.